Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and once again, we're back here in the Hisui region for some more Pokemon Legends Arceus adventures here on the channel. If you're excited for this next episode, feel free to hit that like button down below. And the moment I start talking, Willow comes in. What do you want to say? Yeah? I think she said hi to everybody. So, make sure she doesn't jump on my keyboard and ruin nothing here. Yeah, we're back here. The last episode, why did they all fall asleep? I mean, Breezel, you're still fine. Anyway, in the last episode, well, 2 episodes back, I know we dealt with Cleavor. We found out that there's this new Ursaluna Pokemon from the Diamond Clan, I believe, that needs our attention too. So we're able to go to a new area, the Crimson Mire Lands, I think it was called? Let me zoom out here. Over here. Yes, the Crimson Mire Lands. That's where our next mission is going to be, so we can head there today. But I want to show off a couple of things that have been happening. So first of all, I picked up a whole bunch of extra side missions here, requests from people. I want to show you the progress on the Pokedex for some of my species. So, of course, as I've said, Cyndaquil, we still have multiple tasks to complete. I have been spending a lot of time off-screen perfecting Staravia's Pokedex entry, so as soon as our Staravia can evolve, there's nothing more to do for Staravia. Evolution is imminent into a Staraptor, which I have now seen in the wild. Not to mention, I've seen Luxray in the wild. Now that we have access to Weirdeer, we can ride that around the region. I scoped out a lot of... Can I show you that? I'm going back and forth on everything here. Whoops. Go back into the map. Zoom out. Come down here to zoom in. Can I? Yes, I can. So you'll see most of everything is now like saturated. The only places I haven't been to are just a few little areas down here. But look at this. Lake Verity has been found. Now, if you played Diamond and Pearl, or even Platinum, you're familiar with the name Lake Verity. So that lake was here back in the past. Also, that lake is home to a ton of wild level 40-some Luxray and a ton of level 40-some Staraptor. Wasn't really planning to go any much closer to them, even though they kept attacking me, chasing me around the ridge. I did actually, elsewhere, find my first wild Magikarp, too, so I've added that to our Pokedex. I've caught a few other things, like I've caught a Scyther, caught Paris, many Pokemon have been caught, and I want to take a look now, actually, while we have a moment. Go to my menu. Now this Lost and Found, I actually, when I was out walking around, I found one of these satchels on the ground. Norm's Lost Satchel, for example. We have Norm's Lost Satchel, Norm's, Maven's, Prosperity, Norm again, Andy. I don't know if this is actually other players, but it seems like if someone faints in the wild, they drop, the items that you drop when you get knocked out, which we haven't seen happen yet in the video, but basically, if you get beaten by a wild Pokemon, you drop some items, and you get rescued back to your base camp. So, I believe I think they might just be NPCs, because I don't think I've got this connected to the internet, but you can pick up their satchels and bring it back to, like right here it says, contains 7 types of items, including revives. You found it and sent it back to Norm. My lost satchels, I lost in Obsidian Fieldlands, and I assume that means someone else can find that. So, what it said to do was, now that I've done a lost and found, you guys want to stay there for a bit? Watch this. Watch. They're all coming back. As soon as you leave a certain range, they come back to you. Okay, but you can claim or trade in your retrieval of the lost satchel here for merit points. What do I need? What can you do for me? Well, let me see. I want to get items. I have 0 merit points. How do I claim that? Go back here. I got a thank you gift. Okay, it says would like to claim it now. Sure. Thanks for finding Norm's Lost Satchel. 67 merit points. There we go. So basically just go around the area. Like this here shows you at the bottom right the location, Crimson Mire Lands. We're heading there soon. But yeah, I can still find a couple of Norms in the Obsidian Fieldlands, and it shows you how many merit points you'll get for doing so. Alright, so now that we have merit points, let's talk to Simona here. I want to get items. Now, for 67 merit points, what can I get? I can get Pokeballs. That's about it. But look at the interesting stuff we get here. These are some trade evolution items. First of all, rare candy. You can get the different elemental stones here. Ice stone is a thing as well here. We got the sunstone, shiny stone, dusk stone, all the different. We got the oval stone, which you need for happening, which I have seen in the wild. Razor claw. We got razor fang. I believe that's reaper cloth. Metal coat protector, electrizer, magmarizer, the upgrade, the dubious disc, and linking cord, a string exuding a mysterious energy that makes you feel a certain stranger connection. It's loved by certain Pokemon. That seems new. I don't remember this from previous games. What would the linking cord cause an evolution for? Was that in Sword and Shield? Because again, I'm not familiar with Sword and Shield. Alright, anyways, I think that's all there is to really go over. I do have a bunch of, like I said, side requests. I also found a location, or a few locations, of some of the Spirit Tomb wisps. I didn't pick any of them up, though. I wanted to kind of do that on screen. But before I do go venture forward into the Mirelands, I want to go back to our Obsidian Fieldlands. Let's go to the Fieldlands camp, I guess. There's been something happening that Akari made reference to in, I believe, the end of the last episode. There's something in my eye. She didn't make reference to that. I'm making reference to that myself. But as I'm going around, I was spending forever trying to get wild Geodude to pop out of the ore outcroppings or what have you. Yeah, they didn't, like, isn't it always the way? When you're looking for something, you can't find it, but when you're not looking for it, it's there. So, couldn't find them for the life of me. On occasion, they would show up, but finally I completed that. Now, I want to mention this, too. The alpha Pokemon have really boofed up in numbers, let's say. Because, look, right here, there's a... Also, I activated motion controls. Hope that's not too dizzying for you. I find it helps for me getting more precise angling on stuff. But yeah, since we can't really avoid all of these alpha Pokemon that are showing up like crazy, I saw right here an unevolved Alpha Bidoof, as you see. I encountered Alpha Kricketot, of all things. Alpha Wurmple was near the tree where we fought Cleavor. So I'm going to have to do these alpha battles. I think what my plan is, though, since this is something I could just encounter using other Pokemon along the way, when it comes to the Pokedex, and let's say, where is Kricketune? Where are you, Kricketune? Right there. So part of Kricketune's research is to catch 3 alpha Kricketune. I'm probably going to use my main team to do that, because they'll gain experience for doing so. And if the Pokedex requires alpha encounters, then that's when I'll use the main team. If the Pokedex for, like, say, Bidoof, where are you, Bidoof? Near the top, I'm assuming. This has nothing to do with alphas. I'll use whatever Pokemon I have on hand if I need to deal with the alphas. A lot of the time, I just kind of avoid them anyway. But another thing I want to say, not that it really matters story-wise, I guess, but when we do have someone like Kricketune here, we have a requirements to catch a certain number, defeat a certain number, but we see things where it says times you've seen it use slash and X scissor. I'm going to try to avoid those Pokemon until my Kricketune, or whatever Pokemon's on my team, accomplishes the tasks that it can get done itself. And then, off-screen, I'll do the rest of it to fill out the Pokedex, and once that Pokedex page is perfect, then we'll swap out my team member for a different Pokemon. Make sense? Okay, we're like, what, 10 minutes into the episode close enough. We're gonna... I just want to see what level are you, Bidoof. Because even though it is just a Bidoof, the alphas do still have pretty high levels. This is level 18, so we could deal with that. I mean, it's funny, this doesn't even seem aggressive for being an alpha. But we don't really need to deal with you. Oh, it's aggressive. When I notice when it does the stare at you, like it's basically like a Care Bear. That stare can obliterate you, or at least knock you down on your butt. So I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit. We gotta wait. I might actually pause the video or edit something out. But Akari talked about Spacetime Distortions in the last episode. What do we need? Level 19 Weasel. We'll let you get our items. But Spacetime Distortions, I didn't know what she was talking about at the time. I do now know, because as I've been walking around, just in here doing whatever, I've gotten warnings that Spacetime Distortions are occurring. So I want to see one of them happen. She said something about be careful when you go into them. I'm like, why would I go into them? But now I want to go into them. Look, another Alpha Bidoof over here. See, I'm not going to be able to avoid all the alphas that there are. I think even, so we know about Alpha Rapidash, which I've mentioned a couple times. There was Alpha Ponyta in the same area too. It's wild how many of these alphas there are. But they are good for grinding, I guess. They are higher levels. What was I talking about? Yeah, so Spacetime Distortions, they have been occurring on occasion. I've been avoiding them because I want to get my first experience on screen so we all can see how much it might freak me out. I don't know. I don't even know what's going to happen. But she did say something about be careful if you go into one. So it implies that we are safe to go into them. Now the question is, what can I show off? Actually, I know what I can do right now. Since we do still have a bit more exploration to do down south, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Grand Tree Arena and see what we can find down that way. I did get a research, or a request from someone wanting to see a picture of... Can we show that? Go to my map again, bring up my missions and requests. Where is it? Right here. Nope. Where is it? Compatibility? No. There was one. Right here, the Pokemon in the Woodland photo. It doesn't show us the photo he showed us, but it was clearly a Baniri's ears. So he wants me to, like it says here, catch the Pokemon in the photo and show it to him. And I haven't yet caught a Baniri. So I will say, something that, like I said, I have activated motion controls now, which I do really like. I'm used to these in Breath of the Wild, but I wasn't getting this kind of feel in Pokémon Legends Arceus, but it's in your settings. Wrong button. If you go to here, your main screen, go to your settings. I didn't even think to check here. You can control like your inverted controls for your cameras and such. Camera sensitivity. Motion sensitivity starts at 0. That's why I wasn't getting any of that. But I put it up to 1. I found 2 and 3 was a little bit too much. Autosave is enabled. HUD toggling. Huh. That might be good for thumbnails. How do I toggle the HUD? Anyway, ZR button confirmation. I might disable that, because a lot of times it's like, in battle, if I want to switch in a Pokemon, you rotate to them and then click your trigger to send them in. And it says, are you sure you want to send this Pokemon in? I kind of, like, that breaks the pace a little bit. I'll try it disabled for a little bit. And I don't know what dynamics range is, I'm not going to bother with that. But how do we toggle the HUD? What button would that be? No, that's still rotating. What button would that be? I don't know. How do we toggle the HUD? Maybe it's only in battle. Okay, we'll see what happens there. Right now, I need to cut to the left. Can we get there easily? Well, we can actually take Weird Ear. I find you can get up some higher ledges using Weird Ear's jumping and dashing capabilities, but we'll just go on foot for the time being. We'll spend some time. There's a Psyduck. Should I catch it? Can I actually check you out and see? We do need to catch you. Number of heavy ones we've caught. Number defeated. Number we've defeated with electric-type moves. So see here, times you've seen it use Confusion. If and when I add Psyduck to my team, I'm going to want to get all those confusions done with it first before doing anything else. And then once the rest of it's complete, that's when I would allow my Psyduck to evolve. But for now, I'll probably save a lot of this catching off screen. Because actually, you don't really need to catch anything new for quite some time. Because we still have to complete Pokedexes for most of our species. Weasel does need to evolve at some point, because we do have the Weasel Pokedex page perfected. I don't know what level it evolves at, but it looks like you're close to leveling up if we can find some more rocks or trees for you to smack down. Who's targeting me? Who's targeting me? Is that you? Why are you targeting me? You know what? Let's do this. Let's battle our first Psyduck. Also, I did not yet mention it, But I got something to show you. I'm sure you've probably seen it, you know, from other people perhaps. Okay, we're still doing standard quick attack, side up gets a turn, whatever. But there is something in the game that I wasn't sure about, although most Pokemon games have it. I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get back to base camp. I want to explore this area first. Okay, go down, Psyduck. Part of our research is to knock you guys out. And we got a ball of mud. Okay, so... oh, go here. Weasel, not quite ready for evolution just yet, but you did take a bit of a hit. Let's throw you a potion. I've discovered, too, that a potion sells for as much as its components, its ingredients do, but a super potion sells for more than its components. So, excuse me, to try to maximize your money, you may want to do a little trick where you make up a bunch of potions, convert them into super potions, and then reap a little bit more money for your effort, you know? What was I checking? I want to check my map and see where am I heading. Okay, I guess this is good. We just get to this mountain area and then work our way around. Now, I know you've got Absorb, so our Weasel might not like you that much. Now, can I change the HUD here? Not with that. Would minus do it? No. How do I don't know what to do. Anyway, okay, let's fight. I'm trying to see if we can get 2 attacks off. Not quite. Okay, let's go with our more powerful Water Pulse, and it never misses. I probably shouldn't do too much training, though, because... well, I guess going into the Crimson Mirelands, we might have higher levels to deal with, so... did you just get your boost? Was that... what did it just use? Hang on, let's hit that plus button. And see... guard boost. Oh, it used Iron Defense, it must have. Okay. That's fair enough. I think we can still get the win with... well, even with... okay, even without doing 2 PP, we're going to get Aqua Jet off, and then we get to go again. Which we're going to need to do. We take poison, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and finish off with a Swift Attack, try to even up our PP usage as much as we can. Strategic use of our styles. I love it. We got a spoiled Apricorn for that. I mean, that's fine. The reason I wanted to get all of my Geodude encounters from the ore croppings in the first area was because as I was doing further exploration, I was finding Wild Graveler. And that doesn't count towards finding Geodude out of the ores. So we can't safely really get down from here. Let's take a little step back. I mean, we could, but I think I mentioned before, you do take fall damage, and if I fall and then land near an alpha, that would be pretty brutal. I'd rather not do that anytime soon. There's another rocky outcropping here. I have picked up so many items from doing all this that I'm set for money for quite a while. In fact, I could have bought a bunch of those. Actually, no, those were merit points. I was thinking the trade items. Although, we do have to regularly check out Volo's Ginkgo Guild cart, because supposedly they're supposed to get a bunch of different items every once in a while. Rare stuff you might normally be able to, or might not normally be able to find. So, I'd be okay with that. Where are we going? There's another rock up here. In the interest of trying to get ourselves a Floatzel, I am looking to get some experience, but battling wild Pokemon gets your whole team experience, and that's kind of not what I'm most interested in. And if I see the red targeting eyeball at the top, and I'm being hunted by something, I kind of ignore it. I got better things to do. Where are these distortions at? Oh, there's a Geodude in here. I'm waiting for the day that a shiny Geodude pops out. No shiny Geodude. Although, I think I just spoiled the secret I was going to tell you. Yes, as it turns out, you are weaker to special attacks. As it turns out, shiny Pokemon are in the game. I have currently caught 2 of them, and I'll show you those once I am back at one of my base camps. What is this? Is this just a honey up here, this yellow thing? Yes, I believe so. I'll take that. Oh, and look, another rock. Good stuff, Weasel. Let's hit you level 21. Come on. Still a ways to go. Okay, where are we? Oh, Moss Rock. You know what this is? We're going to evolve Eevee into Leafeon. I see. So they didn't go the route of Sword and Shield just using a leaf stone for it. You do have to take it to certain locations, which I always have preferred. Like, if it worked in the previous games, why change it, you know? So that was one thing I didn't like about the way Sword and Shield did it, but I understand at the point of Gen 8, there's been so many different location-based evolutions, it probably was just easier for them to switch it up. But at least this game keeps it consistent, I guess, timeline-wise. Can I wiggle my way up here? Can I wiggle my way up? Sometimes you can do that. Or you just do that. Let's grab another piece of honey. Where are these distortions at? This is going to be a wasted episode of me just exploring. And maybe explaining a couple inner workings of the game as I've picked them up along the way. We're basically at the end of where we can go here. And I don't think... Like, we must need some sort of a water Pokemon to be able to get out to this island. I don't think we can really see it from here yet. And I've noticed if you're getting too far to the border, fog comes into play. Now, there's a wild Lopunny. Is it an alpha Lopunny? Can't see its eyes. Yep, it is. We'll back off. Not quite ready to deal with you just yet. I mean, we might, actually. I don't know what its level is. We could almost get out there. But we will need, I'm sure, Basque Legion will be the one. Also, if you see over here... So bad I can't zoom in. Can I? Zoom in at all? No. No zooming in. Okay, anyway, if I could, you would see that I had... there was a light blue rock over there, the ore. That is what gets you your... What are they called? Sky Tumble Stones, I think. And as it turns out, while I was exploring the upper areas of our first spot in the field lands, I found a bunch of the Sky Tumble Stones, so I can make feather balls now if I want to. Again, I checked their components. They actually, I think the feather balls might sell for more than the individual pieces. I don't recall. Alright, so there's that mossy stone again. I want to see one of these Spacetime Distortions. Maybe I gotta go back to the central area. Let's do that. We're almost out of time for this episode, and we haven't accomplished what I wanted to. If we don't see it by the end of the episode... Actually, you know what? Since we are almost done, I'm gonna cut here, and then I'll come back once this distortion appears. So, hang tight. We'll be back as that happens. Actually, here's something we can do right here together while waiting. We have found one of those wisps, which we'll touch and absorb into ourselves. I'm assuming the keystone is absorbing them. Okay, lets us know there are 19 wisps remaining in this area. Interesting. Maybe I'll do a little bit of hunting for those off-screen while we wait for the Spacetime Distortion. Well, it looks like no distortions are going to be showing up here for the time being. I've been playing for about a half hour, 40 minutes or so. I did want to end off on at least one thing here, though. I did mention Lake Verity. This is it right here. Now, I forget the 3 lakes that there were in the Sinnoh games, Diamond and Pearl. I'm assuming this is the one near eventually Little Bark Town, because on the map, you'll see that just below here are the Sand Gem Flats, and I believe Sand Gem Town is where Professor Rowan's lab is at. So Lake Verity would be close to that. Plus, given the overall region, we are in the lower left section. So, I believe this is where I think, is it Mesprit might be sometime? And will we get to see the Lake Guardians in this game? I don't know. And it's currently raining out. We should probably get to shelter. So we're going to end off this episode right here. I'm going to pick the next episode up when we do finally get to encounter a Spacetime Distortion. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, if you enjoyed today's episode, let me know by hitting that like button down below. If you want to see some more content in the future, subscribe to the channel and activate your bell button to get notifications when the new videos are coming your way. If you missed any episodes along the way thus far, though, check the link in the description to the full playlist, and get caught up on all of our adventures so far here in Pokémon Legends Arceus. And to go the extra mile of helping to support myself and my channel, feel free to click join and see what might be of interest to you to join maybe just for a month. You see if you like the perks. If not, of course, you can cancel it any time after that. But if you feel like checking it out, you're welcome, more than welcome to do so. Alright, that is it for today. Professor Chaz is signing off. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you next time.